All right, hey guys, this is AJ Unlimited here to bring you another video. So, this is a follow up to my previous video titled A Message for Chad. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll put it up there. So, here's the short the video was about all of the Chads in the world that are usually male that go out in the world and manipulate women for sex and other selfish desires. It's a name that my buddy and I came up with because Chad is just kind of like your male Karen, right? The Karen that, what a Karen is. Everybody knows a Karen, the, entitled middle-aged lady that demands to see the manager all the time. Well, Chad is the dude that is always manipulating women for sex. I also wanted to say as a disclosure, no disrespect toward anybody out there named Chad. If your name is actually Chad and this doesn't describe you, I apologize. I don't mean any disrespect. Please don't take offense to it. I'm just speaking very broadly here as what a stereotypical Chad, right? Would how he would behave. So this video was titled "A Message for Mrs. Chad" and is mostly targeted at those women who have already been corrupted by Chad. They're getting pumped and dumped all the time. One night stands is like a routine thing for them. It's those women who are already corrupted and are proud of it, or certainly not ashamed of it. This video is meant to basically prove a point that whenever you're challenged or backed into a corner, the way these women behave is very bizarre and annoying and borderline psychotic. So I came across this woman online. It was after the Chad video that I posted. This person was basically belittling me for posting that video. And I'm not going to say their name. I'm not going to mention anything more than the simple fact that we were getting into it on the internet, and this person basically was backed into a corner and had nothing left to say. I'm going to just get into all that right now and break it down for you real quick. So this person reached out. Let's just put it that way. They reached out. They had something to say about my previous video about Chads. And the way that they were speaking to me in their text, right, was very, very insulting, demeaning, very disrespectful, very arrogant, very condescending, and it made me kind of angry. So I will admit that my first response to this person was something along the lines of, listen, I don't have the energy to respond to whatever it is you're trying to tell me because I know you're not going to listen, and we can argue back and forth here over the internet, right? And we're not going to get anywhere with this. So I basically simply put, if you're not going to listen, or if you're going to disagree with me in any way, or belittle me, then I just said, get out of here, get lost. And maybe that wasn't the correct way to handle that. I don't really know. It was late at night. I was trying to go to bed, and I just said, screw it. I don't have the time or energy for this or the patience. And maybe it backfired on me just a tiny bit, to the point where they responded saying something along the lines of, oh, you can't take criticism. Don't upload these types of videos to YouTube if you can't take the heat, right? Get out of the kitchen. In my response, I invited them to let's exchange discords, right? For those of you who don't know what Discord is, it's kind of like an anonymous sort of secure way of like talking to someone on the phone. It's an app on your phone or your computer, your laptop, that allows you to exchange usernames. You put your phone number on the app, but it doesn't display that anywhere else. It just, you have a username, you give that username to other people, and they can call you through your username on this app. And obviously I want to keep this anonymous. I want to keep it safe, secure, and trustworthy. So I said, let's exchange discords. Let's get off the internet where people can see this, and let's talk about this like on the phone, like so you can actually hear my voice, get to know me better. I can get to know you a little bit. So first of all, they completely ignored my invitation to go on Discord and actually talk like face to face, if you will, whether it just be our voices or even a video chat. I'd be okay with both. She did not even acknowledge that. She completely blew that off. Didn't say anything about it. She didn't say anything. She didn't say yes or no. She just continued to belittle me and treat me like a child. This person was basically saying, like don't talk down to your audience like they're children, especially when you have no experience with sex or relationships or what have you. And they proceeded to go off topic and insult my YouTube channel, insult my content, even insult my microphone, which I'll admit I'm still figuring out how this thing works. I just bought it and it's very expensive and I'm an amateur. Whatever. So they proceeded to like go through all of my videos, including the niece videos. They brought my niece into this and was talking to me as if they had known me for years, and how I should run my YouTube channel, and how my niece is this and that, looks very uncomfortable, and how her mother probably feels very weird about her being on the internet, and how I'm like exploiting her. I don't know if they said this specifically, but something along the lines of I'm exploiting her for views and attention, basically. They proceeded to explain to me how get off the topic of Chads and talk about something that's actually a thing or two about. Like, do some research. She was basically saying, like, I've seen way smaller YouTubers than you sound more intelligent than you do and actually have the research to back it up. And, I responded, listen, like, it's my YouTube channel. Don't tell me how to run this thing. I can upload whatever the shit I want, good, bad, ugly, controversial, funny, whatever. That is up to me, not you. Don't even try to tell me how to run my shit. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. I know it's not perfect. I know sometimes I sound like an idiot and I don't always do my research, but I have to at least try. As a man of God, right? I have to at least turn the camera on and speak, say something. Because if I just keep sitting on my ass and keep putting off making videos because, maybe I'm not doing enough research, that's not the point. The point is to speak from my heart and let the Holy Spirit sort of inspire me, speak through me, through my own life experiences. Because, I don't do a whole lot of research, but I still have experience under my belt. I've been around the block. I've seen some stuff, and I'm kind of pissed off. So I have something to say about it, right? So I kept trying to go back to the conversation of Chads, or the topic of Chads, and how sex before marriage is not okay and you need to repent, which is the whole point of the entire video, and how you're corrupt. So immediately, without responding to my Discord invitation or discussing any of the Chad stuff, she right off the bat lays into my YouTube channel and how my content is shit, and that I strongly advise you to basically stop running your YouTube channel the way you're running it. She said that I scold you guys as children, which I certainly do not do that. I'm being very firm and direct and assertive, but I'm not scolding anyone. She brought my niece into it, which really pissed me off. Stop focusing on douchebags and being so critical on other groups, Democrats, LGBT, other religions, etc., and focus on what makes you happy. Talk more about The Walking Dead. Go out and talk to other friends. Ask them what they think about my channel. Promote myself. Get passionate. More involved in the channel. Okay, that's great advice. Sure. But you're sitting here talking to me like you're my fucking mother, okay, or my boss. It doesn't work like that. I'll take your advice. I'm reading it, and she actually did compliment me a couple times, just a couple times, but she was too good for that, so she had to keep belittling me. And the bottom line, like, she was treating me like I'm a 10-year-old Christian boy who doesn't know anything about life, and like, join a Christian chat room and maybe find a date there. You never know. Above all, when you do respond back, breathe first, wait a second, and realize that even though there are negatives to this letter, take it as constructive criticism. She completely discarded the whole Chad discussion here. She only mentioned it when she said stop talking about that stuff. So you listen, and you listen good, and she already knows who she is. I know she's watching this. Don't you dare tell me to not talk about anything that I'm already passionate about, that I'm already talking about. How dare you belittle me into making me think that this content isn't good enough and that I should do other stuff. You're speaking very condescendingly to me, treating me like a fucking child, telling me that, oh, go out there, go make some friends, join a Christian chat group or whatever, you're treating me like a child. Do not tell me how to run my business, my stuff, and what to upload or what not to upload onto my channel. That is my decision and my decision only. So screw you for saying that. I told them that I find them very intelligent. However, you are extremely arrogant, disrespectful, and insulting. Quit acting like you're better than those who you find seemingly not as intelligent as you. Get on their level and try to understand things from their point of view instead of belittling them for not understanding yours. Oh, and they kept on saying stuff too, you're filled with sadness and anger and bitterness and resentment. Do I look like I'm sad? Like I told them, I want you to look in my eyes and tell me if you see someone who's sad or depressed or any of that stuff. I used to be 4, 5, 6 years ago. Now I don't have a sad bone in my body. I couldn't be more happy and passionate about what I do. I said, let's get back to the Chad stuff, the actual subject matter of this conversation. And I said my piece with that. Nothing I didn't say in the video. And I wrapped it up simply by saying, like, you have a soul, right? And God, that's not your soul. That's God's soul. He gave that to you because he loves you and he trusts you with it, but you're basically giving him in the middle finger and saying, no, I'm going to do whatever I want with this soul, and basically flush it down the toilet. She responded, I know I seem arrogant and rude, but it doesn't seem like anybody is willing to tell you these criticisms in the flesh, especially in my immediate circle. You don't know my immediate circle, so no. You don't get to say that. There's no point in trying to talk to you about Chads and my sex is sacred. Instead, I'll find a YouTuber who can do it better. Okay. I just said I'm so sick. I'll say it. I said I'm sick of you bitches talking to us men with that level of disrespect as if we don't have a clue what we're talking about. You've done nothing but insult me, and you've been disrespecting me and my buddy. If you have any backbone, we can do this properly and actually hop on the Discord. Let's stop playing email tag. I don't want you to be able to hide behind a keyboard, right? Let's take the gloves off and actually throw some jabs and see who's the last man standing or woman or whatever. My invitation was strip it all away. Let's hop in the rink, just you and me. She proceeded to not respond to that invitation. She just kind of kept insulting me. And eventually she threatened to report my channel. Instead, I'll just report your channel because at this point you're taking it far enough to go against certain YouTube guidelines. Or walk away, your choice, but I've got a business to run, so I can care less. Well, obviously you care more than you like to admit because you're responding to this stuff. And I even said in the email, I responded to that saying, you have a business to run, which is probably OnlyFans, and you're saying this at the last second as if like, oh, I don't have time for this anymore. And I even called her out on it. I said, you have time to go to pick apart my YouTube channel and insult the shit out of that. You have time to respond to these emails. You have time to go out of your way, comment on my stuff. So don't even sit there and try to tell me you don't have time or that whatever your stupid reason is. Go ahead, report my channel. Do it. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't go against any YouTube guidelines. This is over email, sweetheart. I'm not. This has nothing to do with YouTube anymore. So go ahead, report my channel. I'm not. You can't do anything to me. So I said, see how you do. I'll make the popcorn. That's how I wrapped it up. And I just said, good luck to you, and hopefully you find your way back to God, basically. So Mrs. Chad, this is for you. My response to you, and yes, I've ripped this wide open because you pissed me off. Good job. So my message to you is thank you. Just by being you, talking to me the way that you've been talking to me, proved my point completely. And that is when a genuinely good man like myself challenges you, calls you out on your shit, backs you into the corner, and demands answers, you chicken out. And you go for the jugular. And that is a classic Mrs. Chad move. You found yourself in a situation where, oh shit, he's actually onto something and he wants to talk over the phone now or Discord, right, whatever. And she chickened out. She couldn't do it. And she probably told herself, I don't have time for this. I have a business to run. I have an OnlyFans to run. And she went on. She continue to insult myself, condescend to me, rip apart my YouTube channel, all kinds of criticism that has absolutely nothing to do with the subject matter of Chads. And that is my case in point. So thank you, Mrs. Chad. You've proven my point. You've proven everything that I've been trying to prove. That is stereotypical behavior when it comes to Mrs. Chads, because they know they're living a life of sin. They know they're gravely fucking up, and they know that they're in the wrong. And when someone like me comes out of the woodwork and challenges them and backs them into that corner, they get all flustered, go for the jugular, go start biting, start scratching, start pulling your hair, doing anything they can do, taking cheap shots to get out of that situation that they're in. And all the way down to threatening to reporting my channel. Good job. And I thank you for that, because you proved my point. So to wrap this up, I'm just going to put it out there, little message for you Mrs. Chads. If you're sleeping around with a Chad and somebody challenges you about it or approaches you or tries to disagree with you, tell you that what you're doing is wrong, and this is how you respond, you're not only digging your own grave, but you're digging the grave for all of those around you and all of your loved ones and all your inner circle, these people that are trying to support you. Because if you can't hold your own and have a backbone and actually fight your own battles without resorting to, oh, I'm just going to report your channel, or I'm just going to insult the shit out of you until you back off, right? Which is their biting and scratching. Shame on you, because that's not the way to handle this kind of discussion. I, on my part, kept things very respectful, very professional. Okay, yeah, I let a few curse words slip, but because I was pissed off. But for the most part, I did not attack them in any way that they attacked me. Not in the sense that's like, I'm talking to you like you're a child. If you're going to challenge me or respond to my content or criticize me in any way, at least be professional about it. Be mature. We're all adults here. And don't just shit all over my content, shit on my face, shit in my scrambled eggs, just because I'm not bowing down to you, kissing your feet, shining your shoes, rolling out the red carpet. Because I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not a simp. And that's another video I forgot to mention the simp part in the Chad video. I will make a follow-up video to that. What a simp is. It's basically, in short, it's basically a guy probably has little experience with relationships or anything and just blows smoke up all these women's asses. And they always complimenting them, always bending over backwards for them, and the women are just fully taking advantage of that. So that's another video coming up. Final message to all you Mrs. Chads out there. First of all, better clean up your act, okay? Better stop sleeping around with these Chads, find Jesus, and repent. Figure your shit out and just stop living such a filthy life. If you're not going to do that, then keep your mouth shut and stay in the corner. And if you're not going to accept when I actually want to talk to you over the phone instead of just typing away through email, if you're going to just blow that off and continue to belittle me, then I have nothing to say to you. Get off my lawn. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.